Eric, you might need several days to rest your back and
Mhm.
watch some movies. Hopefully, maybe you'll get better. One of these movies that you might want to see if you like action thrillers is I'm going to actually see if you like this movie called Weekend in Taipei. I'm going to give you the plot line and you're going to tell me if this sounds interesting to you. Now, John Lawler, he is a pit bull DEA agent married to his job. John Lawler is, by the way, is played by actor Luke Evans. He can't stop, nothing he won't sacrifice to close out a case. Now, unfortunately, there is this guy named Joey Kang. So John Lawler is somewhere, I think, in the States or something. That's where he's located. He's you see a really interesting action sequence with that character with the DEA agent towards the first act. Ultimately, he is in trouble, and instead of going on suspension and just taking a break, he decides to go to Taipei to track down this guy named Joey Kang. He is a billionaire, power hungry, just rich man. Joey Kang is played by Sung Kang, and Joey Kang is a very, very bad man. So a lot of this movie deals with Joey and John's rivalry, and in the middle of this rivalry is this woman that came between them because this woman she had a past with DEA agent, but now she is married to this very bad man, Joey Kang. So that is the premise of Weekend in Taipei. Eventually, the bad guy and the good guy they mix it up together. Caught in the middle is this woman. This woman is played by I cannot pronounce her name and I apologize. Lun Mei Gwei, and she plays the woman who's caught between these two men. She still has feelings for the DEA agent, and she, for some reason, has married this horrible human being played by Sung Kang, this power-hungry billionaire. Now, also in it is there's also a son in the mix who is obviously the woman's main priority is the safety of her son. There's a lot of action in Weekend in Taipei. The movie is produced by Luc Besson from you guys know him from Leon, aka The Professional, a whole bunch of other Luc Besson movies. Like I'm trying to think, Eric Holmes, give me some Luc Besson films. He directed Lucy, he
Uh,
directed
uh, um,
The Professional, like Leon, and then also
the
Joan of Arc, The
Sun
Messenger.
City
Yeah.
of a Thousand Planets, or what was
Oh, right,
Valerian?
Valerian. Yeah, he
Valerian.
did, which I thought was underrated. So
Valerian was great.
The Fifth Element, we have to mention
Yeah,
that a lot of people think The Fifth Element is Luc Besson's magnum opus. So it's
I mean it's
produced by
Valerian,
him.
but
Uh, Oh yeah. Oh,
yeah.
it's Valerian. Okay. And the movie's directed by George Huang, who hasn't directed,
Wait,
I think, a feature
didn't
film in years.
real
What?
quick,
Yes, sir.
didn't Luc Besson didn't he do that Dog Man or Dog Boy or
All right. Very good.
yeah,
Yes. Dog Man. Was that it with Caleb Landry Jones from a couple
yeah.
years back? We
That
both
was a weird
uh,
movie, but it was a good one.
a weird movie, good one, underrated film. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me about that. So Luc Besson and George Huang are the writers for Weekend in Taipei. And George Huang, which is interesting, Eric, because you being a writer, wannabe screenwriter, filmmaker, George Huang's first movie was way back in 1994 with a hit film called Swimming with Sharks, which starred Kevin
Oh,
Nolan. Right. That's a very interesting movie.
Kevin Spacey.
Spacey with, oh, what did I say? Yeah,
You
Kevin
say
Spacey.
Kevin Nolan.
Kevin Nolan.
Yeah.
Kevin, did I say
Guy
Kevin Nolan?
Kevin Spacey, Frank Whaley, Benicio del Toro, and I think someone else was
That's
in
so
it.
far. That's I can't believe I
But
said Kevin Nolan. That's actually the name of my one of my good friends. So
oh,
it's not Kevin Nolan. Okay, Kevin, if you're listening to this, I apologize. It's Kevin Spacey and Frank Whaley in Swimming with Sharks in '94. What's interesting is George Huang. Since then, he hasn't directed a whole ton. His last directing credit was the 2007 TV series American Heiress. He directed 27 episodes back in 2007. He's back 17 years later, directing Weekend in Taipei. Does that sound like an interesting kind of movie? Luc Besson producing, co-writing, George Huang. I'm sure you like Swimming
yeah,
with Sharks.
yeah,
Sung Kang is a bad
definitely.
guy.
I
Luke
probably should
Evans.
watch that over Christmas in Miller's Point.
Right. And look, here's the thing. Lun Mei, she's fantastic in the movie as the woman caught between these two men. Her special talent is she's very good with cars. I don't know if you're how well you know the Fast and Furious movies. I don't know them. I know them halfway well, but Luke, it's great to see Luke Evans and Sung Kang. They're part of the Fast and Furious franchise. Great to see them in Weekend in Taipei. There's a couple of really good action sequences towards the beginning, and a little bit towards the middle. There are some action scenes. Big strike against Weekend in Taipei, however, is towards the latter half of the movie. There is an elongated flashback at the backstory between the DEA agent and the woman. Why did they separate all those years ago? Well, sometimes flashbacks can be effective, and this flashback basically says it's just overlong and it makes this movie a total slog. And if you're looking for a wall-to-wall action movie, you will get action scenes, but a lot of this film is sort of a domestic drama, which I did not, I got a little bit bored by. And the third act, Eric, on an action thriller, the third act should be the one that delivers, right? That sort of explosive action
Yeah.
sequence or memorable action sequence, right? And it's a Luc Besson movie. I mean, the third act of Dogman is memorable. Third act of Weekend in Taipei is forgettable. The inevitable showdown between Luke Evans and Sung Kang is lackluster. Uh, but overall, there are some good action sequences in Weekend in Taipei. Lun Mei is perfect as that woman who's just trying her best to survive and make sure her son survives and get out of this mess. She's the best part of the movie. Overall, I would give Weekend in Taipei, which is only in theaters November 8th. Unfortunately, a recommendation, but a mild recommendation with just 3 stars. So, Eric, I don't know if you should see it. Maybe we have so many. Maybe who knows? If you still have the link, if you want, you can give it a shot. If you like fast action, and maybe you might like the domestic drama between the former lovers and the son and everything. You might like that. I don't know,
Well,
but
that's usually what good action movies for. The domestic drama.
domestic drama. Again, 3 stars for me, mild recommend for Weekend in Taipei.